Hi friends, today I will discuss about selection sort. So in selection sort, we find out the minimum element from array and then we put it at the beginning. Okay, considering that is an ascending order, we can do it in descending order as well. Okay, so after finding out the minimum element, we just swap the position like smallest number of position to the original number of position. And we continue this until all values are sorted. So here I have taken one example. So this is one array of length 5. So firstly, we will start from index 0 and we compare with all elements. That means 0 will compare with 1, 2, 3, 4. So after comparing this 7 with 1, 4, 2, 3, we just find out 1 is the minimum number. So we swap 1 with 7 and 7 with 1. Okay, so we will just swap 1 with 7 and 7 with 1. So this is one complete cycle. In next cycle, I'll start from 7 since 1 is already sorted. So I'll just compare 7 with 4 to 3. Okay. So now 2 is the minimum number here, right? So I'll swap 2 with 7 and 7 with 2. So this is another complete cycle. In next cycle, I'll just compare 4 with 7 and 3. So 3 is the minimum number here. So I'll swap 3 with 4. So I'll continue until all values are sorted. Okay. So selection sort is order of n square in terms of time complexity. So basically we don't go for the larger data set, as here we use two for loops and performance wise it is slower for the larger data set. Okay. So now let's go to the code and see how we can write the logic. So firstly I have declared and defined of array of length 5. You can see that, right? 1 2 3 4 5. And then what I have written one method here, right? Like selection sort array, and here I'm expecting one parameter like list of an array. Okay, so in this method, first thing I'm checking like a dot length equal to 0. That means there are no elements in array, so we will return back. Okay. And the second thing what I am checking, if a dot length equal to 1, that means list has only one element, meaning it is already sorted and we need not to perform further, so I'm returning back. So if length is 1, that means suppose if length is 1, that means it is already sorted. Okay, so in second step we need to find out the minimum element from the list. Okay, so for that I have written two for loops here, so you can see that, right? I have written two for loops. In first for loop, I'll start from 0 and it will check till a dot length minus 1. Okay, here you can see that, right? Since we all know array always start from index 0, so I have started from 0 and it will check till 4. So it will check 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, and lastly we will increase the value by 1 here. Okay, after that I'm assuming first element is the minimum. That means here in our case 7 is our minimum element, right? So here it is the minimum element, right? So that's the reason I have written, right, minimum index equal to I. Okay, in second loop I'm starting j with I plus 1. That means index 0 will check with 1 2 3 4. Okay, and find out the minimum element. So here index 0 will check with 1 2 3 4. That's the reason I have written like j equal to I plus 1. And after that it will find out the minimum element. So inside this for loop you can see that I'm checking one condition, like if value of aj is less than a of minimum index, that value of a of minimum index, then store that index in the minimum index. Okay, after finding out the minimum index, like element, we need to swap the minimum element with the current element. So for that I have written, so this is the swap logic I have written here. So I'll just debug and then show you. So before that, like I'll tell you like how I'm calling this method to the main class. So for that I have created one object here. You can see that, right? Here I have created one object, and with the help of this object I'm calling this method. So you can see that object dot selection sort array. So with help of this object I'm just calling this method, and here I'm passing numbers, right? And lastly, what I'm doing, I'm just printing all the values. Okay. So I'll put one breakpoint here. So let me put one breakpoint here as well, and then I'll put one breakpoint here, and then I'll show you. Let me start my application. So I'll just do F10 or a step over from here. So first condition, it will check like if a dot length equal to 0 or a dot length equal to 1. So it is greater than 0 and 1, right? So it will go to the second for loop, and here it will start from 0, and it will assign first element, like assuming like the first element is the minimum element. So like index would be 0 here, right? So since it has started from 0. In second index, it will start from 1. So 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So now here it will check uh, j equal to 1 now, and it will check like what is the value of a1. So a1 is less than a0. So a1 is 1 and a0 is 7. So it means it is less than 7, right? A0. So it will just assign the index here. So now minimum index would be 1 here, right? So second time again what it will do, it will increase the j. So now it is 2, right? So it will check now. So a2 is greater than a1. So a2 is 4 and a1 is 1. So it is not less than a1, right? So that's the reason it will not go inside this if block. So again it will check like this. After that what it will do, it will check this condition. If minimum index is not equal to I, that means it has gone to this if block. And after that what we need to do, we need to swap the position. So what I will do, I need to swap the position, right? We will have to swap the position, like 7 I will swap with 1. Okay. So for that, firstly I'll just store the value minimum index in temporary variable, and then after that I'll just exchange the position. I'll swap the position, and after that I'll reassign back. So now you can see that, right? Here 1 and 7. Okay, so this will perform this operation until all values are sorted. So I'll just put on continue here. So you can see here, right? So earlier before sorting it was 7 1 4 2 3. Now it is 1 2 3 4 7. Okay. So we can do it in descending order also. So for that only one condition I have to change here. So here what I will do, that I'll just write greater than here. Okay. Then I'll start my application. I'll show you. So now you can see that, right? Before selection sort it was 7 1 4 2 3. Now it is in descending order, 1 2 3 4 7. Okay. So I hope you got the concept of selection sort. I'll see you in next video. Thank you.